Let's get the thoughts of Dak Prescott, the newly minted NFC East champions. Here's Dak at the mic.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned it weeks ago about running our own race and just focusing on that, controlling what we could control, and we're able to do that. I mean, obviously, the latter part of the year had that stretch there where we didn't handle it the way we would have liked to handle it, losing a couple of road games back-to-back, but getting back home, winning that one, we knew it was important to come back on the road, finish the division, being a road game, understanding what we've been through on the road, with importance, with the offense firing, playing complementary football, and in a big game to win the division, secure the 2 seed, and make sure that, as you said, we finish things in our hand, in our way, to our expectations and to our standards. And proud of the guys, proud of the locker room, coaching staff, everybody, organization, of doing just that.
Dak, Todd Archer of the ESPN. As you get ready for this, you've been in the playoffs now a couple of times. How much are you ready to take this next step and go further than you guys have gone?
Yeah, very ready. Obviously, coming off of the past years, understanding the team we have, knowing we're coming into the season, that we had a team that could compete, wanted to put ourselves in this position, wanted to stay in the moment each and every week and not look forward to this, but now it's upon us. And I think most importantly, we've got to take it one game at a time with the same attitude that we came into this game with, same attitude that we've taken in every home approach. And it's Green Bay lined up right now. Yeah, and just everything focuses on that. We'll enjoy this plane ride home, and guarantee you tomorrow everybody turns the page, puts this regular season behind them, and understands that tomorrow's not promised in that sense, that we've got to make sure we give everything we can in each and every moment of our preparation, our practice, our walkthroughs, our film study, taking care of our bodies to make sure that we're going out there and we're putting, as I've mentioned before, best versions of ourselves come out there on whenever the day is we play.
Does this feel different than
the Cowboys will get the Packers. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will get the Bucs next weekend.
John, you guys got blitzed a lot the last time you faced the Giants. Obviously, you knew it was going to come again. Do you feel like the game plan and the scheme gave you enough answers?
Yeah, I just don't think we executed it well enough. I think there are opportunities in both ends. We didn't execute it good enough. So obviously we have to be better from that and do a good job of that when it comes in the future.
Jalen's been fun. And is there any reason to think he won't be able to go next week?
We're taking it day by day at this point. Very unfortunate, crazy thing. Never experienced anything like that, but yeah.
What happened?
It popped out.
How does it feel when you went back in and throwing the football?
I mean, it was okay. I don't really know. I don't like to talk about the injuries. I just want to kind of see and let the time play out itself. In the end, I think as a team, we have everything in front of us. We have the opportunities we want in front of us, and about seizing that moment. Nothing else really matters. Nothing else really matters. Not anything of the past. Not any record. Not any past wins or losses. It's a solid 0-0 now, and the objective is a win.
Jalen, what's your confidence in Nick?
I have a lot of confidence in Coach. He puts his heart into it. He has a will to win, and that's really all you can ask for.
They lost 4 games in the month of December. Look at this, 10-1, and then losing 5 of their last 6, and their defense is absolutely gone into a tailspin, and their 2 best performers on offense get hurt. They'll get the Bucs in the playoffs. We'll have much more in the playoff picture here in a second. So this Eagles loss gave the Cowboys the division title, but they wanted to earn it, get in on merit with momentum. They would clinch the division title with a win. They will take on the Packers on Super Wildcard Weekend. Live at the mic, the man that led them to the division title, Mike McCarthy at the mic.
Yeah, a little cold out there. All right, where's David or Clarence?
Clarence Hill, Forward Star Telegram. I don't know if you knew during the game because the Eagles kind of threw up the white flag, but are you proud of how you finished and did it yourself?
Definitely. I mean, that's the way we wanted it, and I think you just, we understand all the narratives around the game, but frankly, it's still a division game, and that's really was our approach. And we knew that they were going to throw some things at us, and you look at the way the game started, and a lot of deceptives and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, when you play division games, it's always a dogfight. So that was our mindset coming in here.
Mike Todd with ESPN. How quickly did you find out it was Green Bay?
Tad just told me as I walked in here. So.
What are your initial thoughts on having?
Oh shoot. I mean, I've had a good year. I haven't watched them a whole lot, but yeah, the drama of it, I'm sure you guys will love. I will not participate this year, but no, hey, it's playoff time. It doesn't matter who we play. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Tim Dallas Cowboys. How do you feel about the way Dak finished the season, the offense finished the season compared to last year going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year was not very good for us here. Just reflecting back, but it's two different teams, two different situations. But yeah, we feel good. We wanted to get the run game established, and I think clearly, I was really proud of our young guys. Both Brock and TJ, and particularly Brock, just because we didn't know. I mean, Zach, I didn't know about his illness until he arrived here at the stadium. So. That was clearly a last-minute move. The way that went down, I mean, it was probably about 20 minutes before the 90-minute meeting that it was determined that Zach was not going to be able to play. So, and it didn't. We stayed right on course with the call sheet. We didn't change. We didn't, shy away from anything. Those guys gave us the chance. And just like anything offensively, you want to stay in a healthy run-pass mix, and because that's when that's when we're at our best. And and our offensive line gave us that opportunity. Obviously, our skill guys played well. Dak played well. I thought Tony and Rico ran the ball the way he looked for. And even on the flip side of it too, Brandon had to, we had to block, and then also the miss, and then it was important to give him one more kick here at the end, because it's regular season's over, but we feel good about the amount of work and everything we put into it, and we're ready to go for the playoffs.
And Mike getting ready to go against his old team. He says it's no big deal. I think it's a big deal. The Cowboys won 12 or more games for the third straight season. The second longest streak in franchise history. That's just my opinion. The only span with more, 4 straight 92-95, of course, when they won the championships with Jimmy and Troy and Emmett and Irvin. After the game, Ed Werder with the heart and soul of the Cowboys defense.
Micah, give me a sense of the significance of this moment to you guys, winning the NFC East championship on the road.
Just being down and out, just being down all year, everyone saying what we could be, putting everything on us, and just getting a chance to prove people wrong, and we get a chance to do that next week too.
And now you've created a relatively easy path for yourselves. You get 2 home games. You're undefeated at home, the only team in the NFL. 16-game home winning streak. You don't have to play on the road in the playoffs until at least the NFC championship game. How big a deal is that to you guys?
It's extremely home. We get to play for the Cowboy Nation, rep the home state, and dominate at home.
On a personal level, today you got your 14th sack. That creates a new career high for you. How do you feel about that?
It's a hard sack to get, especially with all the trials and tribulations. I know y'all see it, but, super happy you got it. I'm not a 13 guy no more. I told you I was going to get it, so thank God.
And you guys got the takeaways again. That's so much a part of your defensive identity. How important will that be going forward?
Extremely important. We got to get it back to the best quarterback in the NFL, Dak Prescott.
Thanks, Micah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's quite the claim. This is one of the craziest stats in football. For the 19th consecutive season, the NFC East will not have a repeat champion because the Cowboys made sure of that today. 19 straight seasons without back-to-back winners. All right, by the way, the entire NFC playoff picture is set. It'll be the Packers and the Cowboys, the reunion for McCarthy, Jared Goff, and Sean McVay are going to get to see each other. We'll talk a little bit more about that, the matchups here in just a second. Tonight, SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt, by the way. As soon as the Sunday night game is over, the NFL will release the actual times of the games for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So stay tuned to SVP for that. He'll have it for you right when Sunday Night Football is over. All right, let's talk this game. And Tim, I want to start with you. Bottom line, you just heard what Micah Parson said. We got the best quarterback in football. I'm not going to ask you to, say the veracity of that statement, but he did look good today, and that is huge news for a team that really rides on his arm.
For sure. He looked great. I thought that he was outstanding from the jump. Said it in the highlight. You look at just some of the plays and the way he's playing with anticipation, the way he has command of that offense. That's a big deal. Like, I just think as you go into the postseason, and Mike pointed out the connection with that guy there, CeeDee Lamb, that's important. How you feel like you are playing as you enter into the postseason does matter. Your health matters, all of those things. And I think that we might be seeing Dak's best right now, more so than we were at any other point in the season. And that is a really big deal for Dallas, especially as they get games at home into this postseason.
No question. As Werder said, they might only have to go on the road in the NFC Championship game. Again, Packers, Cowboys next weekend. Again, still waiting to see the date and time of that specifically. Mike, this weekend, you got Watt going down yesterday, Laporta going down today, A.J. Brown going down today, Jalen Hurts going down today, but he came back in.
There were very consequential injuries in the NFL over the last 24 hours.
No question about it. One quick update for you. We just did get word from the locker room from Werder and the guys there for Dallas that essentially Gilmore had his shoulder pop out. It was popped back in. He says he's okay. Of course, they all say they're okay with the stakes now heading to the playoffs, but just to let you know, popped out, popped in. He says he's fine. We'll see what happens, waiting for Green Bay and Dallas. Let's flip this to the Eagles. It's a tailspin. The defense is atrocious. They've switched defensive play callers. They lost 4 games in December. They've lost 5 of 6 overall, heading to the playoffs as the 5 seed. Tim, Jalen Hurts came back in after the finger injury, but he's among the NFL's leaders in turnovers, and this is just not the type of forwards they need here in the final stretch, as now they're going to play Tampa in the opening round.
Listen, it's the complete opposite of Dallas. Their quarterback is playing well. Their defense is playing well. And you look at the Philadelphia Eagles. You mentioned lost 5 of the last 6. That one win they have was against Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor and the New York Giants. We know what type of season they've had. Now you're going into the postseason, maybe with your finger banged up, which we saw in the game today, and potentially with an injured or not available A.J. Brown, who I think is the most important player outside of Jalen Hurts. So this has been kind of a disaster since they've started to make the decision to make changes on the defensive side in terms of who their play caller would be. And this feels like a football team limping into the postseason and now going on the road to play a playoff game. I'd be really nervous if I was a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
No question. They'll go on the road to Tampa because Tampa was a win and won the NFC South over Carolina today, 9-0. Mike, Tim invoked A.J. Brown. If it's not Hurts, it's Brown, the 2 most important pieces on the Eagles. Obviously, any quarterbacks dependent on his wide receivers and vice versa. What do you think about the Brown injury?
Yeah, it's really significant. And, for several weeks here, we kept thinking like, the loser of Dallas-Philly will go on the road and beat Tampa in the first round. That's really not the case anymore like it was a year ago. Philadelphia is going to have their hands full with a really good Tampa Bay defense, and Baker's playing really clean football for their offense. And if A.J. Brown can't go, A.J. Brown could mask the deficiencies of that Eagle defense. If he can't go, that is a huge loss for them. This game is much more competitive than I think a bunch of us thought even just a week ago.
Couldn't agree more.